Welcome to the Amitrace podcast. I'm Tom White, the host, and we are live on the floor of the ACTE CareerTech VISION Conference at the Gaylord Convention Center. Yesterday I called it a casino all day long, and it was so mortifying.
That was going to be hard to explain to our boss.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I sent you a conference and you went to the casino.
Yeah.
I am joined by two new friends, and if you've been around Amitrace long enough, you know Faraz. And yesterday I walked away and I came back and he goes, "Hey, this is Bryson. You're going to interview her at 10 a.m. And I was like, "Okay, cool. What do you know about Bryson?" He goes, "She's awesome." I was like, that's a lot to work
He
with.
doesn't know me well.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves. We'll start with you, Bryson.
Sure, I'm Bryson. I work in Oak Ridge School System, 5th through 8th grade, STEM teacher, broadcasting and digital arts, brand new into broadcasting and digital arts, so learning with the kids along the way. Yeah.
I'm Hope Humphrey. I'm also from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and I teach business and coding, and we are starting an ag program. So we're going to be raising chickens this spring in the classroom.
Wow. So you say raising chickens, it makes me laugh. In Georgia for a minute, because the kind of homesteading was taking off, they put a moratorium on like chickens in certain spaces, and a lot of our middle schools were impacted. And one of the schools in particular that I'm thinking of, we were walking through, and I hadn't been there before, and they have an entire like center quad area that was all chicken houses, like chicken coops and that kind of stuff, and it was empty. And I was like, what happened? And they're like, oh, we had to get rid of it. And I was like, oh, because in my brain, I was like, it's a middle school.
Yeah.
What happened? Like, they're all gone. You know, it's like, what happened? Somebody let the angry eighth graders go. So let's talk ACTE conference first.
Okay.
So what have you guys experienced so far? What's been a kind of a highlight?
When I can find my way around. The Expo Center's been great. Run into a lot of people doing media this year, and that's something I hadn't seen in the past at other conferences. CTE conferences in the past that I've been to were really focused on the more STEMmy side of it, the manufacturing side, the automotive side. This year I'm seeing a lot more media like this. I've never seen a podcast set up.
I haven't either.
Yeah, so this is a really cool thing. I feel like it kind of came at the right time. And maybe y'all have been around the whole time and I just walked right past you because it wasn't relevant. So that's been really cool to walk around and see how much support there is for education.
For you?
I'm seeing a shift in what we are seeing at the school levels now. They're moving into the STEM, and they're also looking at the workforce in a different manner. We're not so much, I'm not saying we're not pushing college, but we are actively talking about other options that are out there, and that is, I'm seeing that being supported here at the conference as well, and that was something that I was glad to see, because we all know that not everybody is going to go to college. It's not a fit.
Should.
It's not a fit for everybody, and we need a lot of service work. We really do.
Absolutely. So you were talking about if you'd missed us in the past. This is our first time here.
Oh, okay.
So you haven't
Cool.
missed us. We are not a new company, but this is our first time at ACTE Vision. And when Faraz and I were talking yesterday about kind of your story and what all you do, he was telling me about you kind of jumping into the AV space.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So it was a full jump. Our librarian was in charge of our morning news. We have WRAM. It's a totally student-run morning news broadcast. When the librarian, Mr. Smith, he paved a really great pathway for us, but it was a podium, a camera, and a paper script up there that he would write for the students, and they would get up, and they loved getting up in front of the school. We had a live stream, but now we've totally transferred that into a full production. The high school built us a news desk. We have a green screen. We have Blackmagic cameras we got from B&H. We have a recording booth. We are taking it to a new level, and the kids are constantly pushing to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, which is really empowering for them. So I was out the first couple days this week, and now I'm out these past 3 days here, and I'm still getting texts from teachers like, "Hey, that was a great broadcast this morning." I'm like, cool. I wasn't there.
There's nothing
Glad it
better
went
than
well.
that.
Yeah.
Nothing better than that.
Yeah, so we're doing that paired with animation.
Gotcha.
So we're doing some animation on top of that, and it's pretty cool. It's a fun new space for the students.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So one of the things so I was an AV teacher,
Okay.
fell in love with AV teachers, could almost a weird, like I wish they had baseball cards kind of situation. And one of my favorite teachers of all time is actually here, and I'll text him when we're done. Your story kind of reminds me of him. It's Gwen Schroyer at Bradley Central. Last year, around this time of year, I guess it was a little early, it was like November, I was in kind of the Chattanooga area, and I had some free time, and I was like, hey, can I come see your class? And he's like, yeah, sure, I won't be there. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I kind of wanted to see you. And he goes, no, you should go. He had knee surgery. He had not been in the classroom since August. It's now, it was November. They still did 40 minutes of content a day.
Yep.
Like, I was blown away, because my kids, if I turned my back, it was like, there's no show happening.
Yeah.
So that's great that your guys are producing that content. As you made that change, and what's been the biggest challenge? Because that's something that I see as I'm supporting teachers around the state is, hey, you're a math teacher and you're great with computers. You can do video, right? And it's like, so what's been your biggest challenge with that?
There's so much information that it's overwhelming and makes it feel like there's not enough information. So I either have a ton of something that I don't need or not enough of something I do need. So navigating that space has been interesting. A lot of help. This is not an on-your-own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So our broadcasting teacher at the high school has come down and helped a ton. And it turns out I don't need 15 crappy Nikon point-and-shoot video cameras for an AV production class. So just learning what you do and don't need. One good camera is enough for 12 students. They check it out, they rent it. I don't need 12 sets of DJI mics.
No.
I need one, maybe two for a backup. So just learning how to put it all together and not be wasteful, and make sure the students have everything they need to be able to get their projects done.
Gotcha.
So that's been challenging.
So let's now talk about the business world.
Okay.
What are you seeing happening there in education?
Well, the move forward is the agricultural part. The kids that I have just did a fundraiser so they can buy their chickens. And I know 6-7, which everybody is so excited about. But my students, within 3 days, had decided to market that and 3D print rings and bracelets and sunglasses and all kinds of stuff. And we would sell it before school, after school for about 4 days. So we had probably about 4 hours total, and they made over $500.
Wow.
And so they have taken business into a new area, and really everything I teach in business was wrapped up in that one little project. So I did find a place here that they network, and you start a business, and then you talk to all these other people about it, and you get their support, and you buy their products, they buy your products as well. And then that would be something that, and it's really geared for high school, but I teach middle school, and my kids are all about it.
Wow.
So that's where we're going.
Gotcha. The 6-7 thing is so funny to me. So, long story short, I ended up with a Polish exchange student living with us. Like, I never wanted to, like, it was never on my bucket list. It just was one of those situations where my wife okey-doked me into it. But talking about American culture with her, she was like, I don't understand 6-7. I was like, I don't either.
Americans don't understand 6-7.
But as a good host parent trying to learn Polish, I learned 6-7 in Polish so that I can just harass her and be like, "She them," and she just goes.
That flows better.
It's so much more fun too. But the 6-7 thing drives me crazy. Talk about like that was always my thing when I was in the classroom, was finding those little things that kind of can encompass everything.
Yes.
When did you realize that was happening on that project?
Almost immediately. I mean, the kids, we said, we got to come up with some fundraising stuff. We got to figure this out. Let's sit down and
teachers always need money.
Brainstorm. Let's figure out what we're going to. And this is a small group, but it's 12 boys. It's a all-boy class. And they immediately started just throwing out ideas, and then the 6-7 thing came, and oh my gosh, it just blew up. And well, I have 6 3D printers in my room, and for 2 weeks they were running almost around the clock to get the product, because they sat down on Tinkercad, they came up with it, they printed it out, we put it in the 3D printers, we have it. I have stuff, I had some on my keychains and things like that, and I had people from other schools calling. If I could have somehow got this on a Venmo, we would still be selling it.
Wow.
It is crazy.
Huh.
So, and my grandkids, they go to different schools. They wanted some. I had parents from the elementary that the older kids had got it. So, can I buy some for my younger kids? Yes, you can.
Wow, that's great. That was always, for me on the broadcast side. I told my students over and over, like, nothing you do in my class just lives in my class, and having the outlet of being able to, we did sports and news, and so obviously doing sports, I had highlights for the news. Well, I needed something to fill content during halftime or whatever. It was the news, and it just kind of that cycle, and it was always something that allowed me to teach every concept at one time. So, what's next for you guys after you leave here today? Obviously, the holidays are right around the corner.
Yeah.
Next week is it for you guys?
Next week is it.
Good,
yeah.
good.
Yes.
And then a couple weeks off. Hit the ground running in January. What's next? What are you doing in January that you're taking away from the ACTE conference?
So hopefully we can continue to collaborate. That's something that's been on our minds, I guess, a lot. So with the 6-7 thing, her students made a little video that we put on our live broadcast in the morning. And so just continuing to increase that collaboration and help students realize that exactly what you said, what happens in your classroom doesn't just stay in your classroom, but reaching out to other teachers, what do you need shown, what do you want shown, doing some mini little documentaries, going to other classrooms, filming what's going on there, showing the school, just trying to reach a broader collaboration platform, I guess.
Yeah, my business class I know is going to do some more like commercials or advertising, because we sat down with a couple of grant writers and talked to them and things like that. We're going to try to move forward, because I've got to build a barn, not just have chicken coops. I've got to build a barn, because they're wanting to go full blown agriculture, and so they want small animals, and we want to take our food from the cafeteria and repurpose that for our animals. So we're starting phase 1 with the chickens. So about February, I'm going to get about 20 chickens, and they're going to be raised right in my classroom.
Wow.
So the kids are over the moon, and we're going to turn that into a fundraiser, and we do use WRAM. And my kids I've got 2 that are also in that class, and they love to do the advertising, and they love it.
Very cool. So where can people find more, like where do you post WRAM somewhere?
We send out a link only within our district.
Okay, gotcha.
But if you go to YouTube, you can look up Oak Ridge Middle Schools, and we have a YouTube channel with our animations on it.
Gotcha.
Or you can look up WRAM Oak Ridge, and all of our students have a media release form signed that are going to be on that. So we're not breaking any confidentiality.
Love it.
But yeah, I would encourage people to go look at it. Tell us what our kids are doing great. If you have any suggestions, tell us where our kids can improve. They love that feedback. One of the young men that's one of our anchors, he has turned from wanting to do something totally not media related. Now he wants to be a sportscaster, and he has worked on his language. He's worked on his script writing. He's interviewing his dad just to get practice. So it's really important that people are out there encouraging our students. People that aren't me that are encouraging our students. So that would be awesome if we could. They love viewers. They love viewers.
Excellent.
They do.
Yep.
So what's next for you other than the chickens? Anything? Chickens in 6-7?
Chickens in 6-7, and I'm hoping to retire at some point in time.
Okay.
I don't know when that's going to happen, if it's going to happen.
So you're building a barn. You can't retire
there
soon.
you go. That's what I mean.
I think that's some strategy by the school district, to be honest with you.
That's what my husband said as well.
She thinks she's going to give me a barn.
Yeah. You can have your production outside in the barnyard.
Yeah, not like a good cold production studio. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping and talking to us.
Yeah, thanks
Enjoy
for
the rest of
having
the show.
us.
Thank you. This is great.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That was so cool.
That is amazing.